the stakes I created from Staker app, initiated from my wallet on Staker app, they don't show on Etherscan.
From what you're saying, I thought I thought the Staker app. Excuse me, hold on. I thought the Staker app was just meant to track your stakes, not stake directly.
From the app, you can create stakes directly from the app, and they handle the staking. But you should be showing, how much hex we send for one stake and another stake. See, but it doesn't seem to show that on Etherscan. No.
Did you do it the right way? Isn't it the right way to go on hex.com? You talking about Hex, right? Hex stakes or something?
Yeah,
that's one way to do it, mate. But Staker app, you basically, like Steph explained it extremely well. But you're basically open up you would open up a wallet in there, similar to on a centralized exchange, and through that app you can stake via Hex.
Hey, crypto, Jaconator.
What up, Jaconator?
Hey, bro, real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sitting here with a sales manager that I onboarded. Just off the top of your head, I gave him my guesstimation of when it would launch because he invested quite a bit of money. I told him that we're probably going to see the bottom in November. But what do you think the soonest from the top of your head would the launch be?
The launch of Pulsechain?
Of course.
Well, for me, I'm shooting for around August. But if you're trying to onboard, then they should be looking for somewhere around about 1.5 cents.
So you think the earliest August?
For me personally, yes, but what the fuck do I know, But
that's funny. I said the same thing, bro.
But for, at the end of the day, if you can, look to 1.5 cents is all I'll say.
Well, that would be cool.
Jake, I don't want to, like, time frames are funny, right? I'm really, instead of looking at the time factor, I'm looking at, certain calls, right? Richard Hart, God bless his heart, called the bottom at 11K, right? So that's a huge indicator for me of, like, all right, maybe I should pay attention the closer we get to that number, because we're only fucking what, 9K, 8K away. Like, we could hit that target like in days.
That's true.
I don't know. But I'm just saying anything's possible. You know, with all the economical factors and all that shit, we got to clear that. But yeah, I mean, we're not that far away.
I agree.
See, that's the thing. Like the market, like the whole, like the overarching market. It hasn't fucking dumped on our ass just yet.
It's for the end of the month, plus or minus 2 weeks.
It's always 2 weeks, my man. Always 2 weeks.
Well, shit. Let's get on Richard Hart's ass once Bitcoin hits 11K. Let's be like, yo, you called it. Let's go. Roll it out. We're ready.
I mean, I think if it hits 11K, then fuck yeah. But we'll see. Like it's a very at the end of the day, you have to be sensitive to when you launch something like this. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't want to ride it further down, especially when we're sitting where we are, and by all the indications I've seen and heard, there's one more big fucking dump dip to come. You know, the fucking donkey punch, the sucker right to the gut. And we'll get the cascade of, all these fucking central exchanges and scams. So
All right, guys. Thank you. Got to get back to work. Talk to you later.
Later, Jaconator. Hey,
see you after
DG,
taking it.
wasn't it? Do you, I think it was you that had, maybe I'll talk to you later about something, but I wanted to ask you something, but maybe this isn't the channel for it.
No,
But
shoot, man. You can
I
ask.
like
You
your
can
perspective on
really
things.
ask anything here. But yeah, what's your question, man? Shoot.
Well, you had a lot of nice things to say about Transact, and I just wonder why. That's it.
It's just because I get good rates from it, and it's a fucking seamless onboard of my fiat. Simple as that. I trade straight from there into whatever currency if I'm onboarding fiat. And honestly, like the fees are very rarely bad for me. But I'm in the UK, so I don't know how it works in the US. But yeah, for me, it's the best way to onboard any fiat.
Yeah, you lucky dog. Well, for me, um, I don't know how to explain this, but I could only purchase ETH. I couldn't purchase any other coin that they offered, and uh, well, after a series of emails of respect stuff, and yeah, both of my accounts are like banned or shut down or some shit. I don't know. Like it's
Oh,
weird.
really?
Yeah,
I think Transac is a European company though, and
they shut my
there's
shit
just a
down,
lot of
dude.
shit like banks and stuff like that. Like I've got bank accounts that refuse to transfer money to any crypto exchange or anything like that. But
Yeah,
Transac's okay. I don't know if there's some kind of equivalent in
just
the US. I don't know,
look,
but
my friend, just lay low. That's all I can like really say. Like just lay low. It's working for you, so just lay low and let it work for you, man. Over here, it wasn't working for me, and obviously, what happened, and I was being transparent because I had to make a new account, right? I was still trying to use the service, and the shit wasn't working. And then so I emailed them. I'm like, hey, trying to make some purchases here, and why isn't my crap working? And I, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's like I got shut down super quick. You know, it's not even I that's the first email that I sent, and my account never got like the transaction like worked one time, and then the second time on my new account it like didn't work and wasn't working for like 3 times in a row. And then that's when I started trying to reach out, and like what the hell? I'm being fully transparent and everything. Like, you know, just saying. Uh, I just find that like crap. That's fucking crap. You're getting some solid feedback over here, and I don't know, man. I I held myself like professionally and shit. It wasn't like I was, you know,
Yeah,
unprofessional. But
the thing is, mate, there's like so much shit flying around with crypto right now that everybody's probably red hot with what they're doing and where they operate and stuff under which jurisdictions. So, like I say, Transac, I believe, is a European company, so it's probably just that. It's like hot potato, you know. But the good the good news is, Pulsechain has got some awesome projects like Fiat and stuff like that that obviously we can't go into here, and I don't know enough about it anyway. But it's going to be decentralized versions, and it's interesting times ahead. Lots of hope, lots of hope. There's really, really great people with great projects that are going to be launching with this chain. It's a good community that's starting it off, a good foundation, and yeah, promising times ahead, dude. So holy fuck, Sean O'Malley just won from an eye poke, man. Really? The guy can't continue? That's fucking brutal. God, that
yeah,
sucked.
that's why I just like to keep my options open, right? With as many options as available to me, because I don't want to be dependent on one exchange or one means
Yeah,
of
fuck no.
swapping and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't pump Transac. Like I've zero actual interest in it other than, oh, okay, here's a way where I just go boom, 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 and it appears in my wallet. That's how it works for me. The fees aren't too high. That's literally as invested in it as I am, and when better options occur in the future on Pulsechain, I'll be using them. Make no fucking mistake. There will be no borders with them. I wish I could recommend a company like that would function for you in America, but I don't know of any. Don't know if anyone in here that's listening might know of a direct fiat on ramp that this man could use in the US. I don't know, without having to go through an exchange.
Oh no, I got Coinbase One. I got all the
Yeah,
exchanges that I get my
they're
fees
not really
on.
direct though. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking direct from your
No,
bank
yeah,
account to
Coinbase
your
One
wallet.
is Coinbase One is 0 in, 0 out. It's like $30 a month. I'm saving big time using that. Like what,
Oh, is
only
that
30,
through their
40?
wallet? Is that through their
No,
wallet?
like you got an account with them, right? And then as you sign up for the membership or whatever, the Coinbase One, and you can buy your stable coin or whatever coin they have on there. And the most important factor is send it out to an external wallet for like, I don't know, like $1 or $2 for network fee or some crap.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They're pretty good with stable coins, admittedly. Yeah.
Just don't get shaken out of your position, man. Know what you own and stick with it. It's not a get rich quick scheme. I think a lot of people think that the PulseX is a get rich quick scheme. It's not, man. You got to be in for the long term.
I mean, long-term hold is where it's at. I mean, even people that or the smart people that do trading, ultimately it's long-term hold. They just play with it day in, day out, except for obviously, the arseholes that manipulate the current commercial system.
But you know, the whole thing with this is when it drops, Pulsechain drops, it's got to take adoption, right? So adoption is going to have to take place. It's going to take time. It's not, even though people think that crypto is a get rich quick type of deal, which sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't. It's with the Richard Hart projects, it's not. If you're into Hex, which I'm assuming most people are, it's it's kind of a long-term thing, right? So it's not going to be a get rich quick scheme. It's just not.
Well, no. I mean, I would hope that anyone in here understands that bit by now. If they don't, then yeah, they need to listen.
Well, that's how people think they are. You know, that's how crypto. A lot of people in crypto think that way, right? So they want to get rich quick and get in and out and stuff like that. That's not what it's going to be with Richard Hart products. It's just not. You're going to be in for the long term, and if you hold, you're going to be rewarded. If you don't, you're going to be screwed.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier, Mickey, about Pulsechain and all the stuff that's going to come with it, projects launching, is that is basically almost the entire focus of almost every single fucking project that's out there. It's that mentality. Pulsechain is a very exciting ecosystem with a good group of people to create the foundation for it.
I think when it launches, it's going to be a
yeah, I know.
pretty
Long-term.
volatile situation. Whoever sacrificed for the PulseX, and all that stuff, it's going to be kind of volatile. But I think that people that have patience are going to be rewarded tenfold. Let's see how it's going to be. But you know, Richard Hart knows his shit, man. Hex is operated flawless for since what? January 2019. So I mean, he's not going to release anything that's not going to be crappy, dude. So that's why it's taking so long. The code is going to be flawless, and that's it.
Oh yeah, the launch is going to be a fucking bloodbath for all of those types. But you know, those of us that are fairly well learned are going to sit back and watch the chaos. And as someone that never wasn't able to get in any of the sacrifices, you know, I'm going to happily watch the bloodbath with no skin in the game, and then just once it calms down, then I'll buy in. And I'll do the good stuff with the good thing.
DG, you didn't get in the sacrifice, man?
Nope.
Come on.
No, I didn't even know about it in time. And to be honest, yeah, the sacrifice thing in my financial position is not something that I would do anyway, you know, especially now understanding how the crypto market works and how it's not even necessarily the best position to be in. Yeah, you know, if I had that kind of money, fuck yeah, I'd have thrown money at it. No problem. Especially PulseX because it's a DEX. And when you know the benefits that come with it, the staking and the earning from the trading and so on and so forth, that's kind of a no-brainer, and that would definitely be my long-term play. But yeah, I'm honestly quite happy. I'm not fussed that I missed the sacrifice at this point. But to all you gentlemen and gentlewomen that did, thank you for your sacrifice, guys, because this may not have happened without you.
Hey, DG, I got plenty of PulseX to sell you, brother. Whenever you're ready.
I'll add you to my contacts, Mickey. I Yeah,
Right
you know,
on,
I'm
brother.
looking forward to having money to buy in. Let's put it that way. I'm going to be investing in both for sure, especially with some of the options that are going to be coming up with projects on the chain.
I think you're right, man. I think people are tired of the Ethereum gas fees, even though they've come down considerably. People are tired of it, man. I mean, let's see if the NFTs, a lot of the smart contracts come over to PulseX. The NFTs come over to PulseX. The considerably cheaper gas fees that's going to go on. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Let's see.
Do you know what? I don't even care about the gas fees at this point. It's the utility that concerns me. I don't. I've not been in the market for long, but the pump and dump shit, man, I fucking hate it. Like I hate it. I don't want it in the ecosystem where my money is stored. I don't want that shit. And throughout the community, the sentiment is pretty much the same. I don't give a fuck about the gas fees. Do you know what I mean? I'll pay whatever, to start and end my stake. Like if you time it smart, you can get the cheapest price and all that kind of thing. Obviously the gas fees being as low as they are, especially for the first few years and depending on adoption, is a bonus. But for me, it's how the ecosystem is going to work, and I'm quite excited about that. The more that I've come to understand about it.
100%, man. But gas fee is still important, though. I mean, gas fees are fucking outrageous.
Yeah, for sure,
Point.
for sure.
I mean, yeah, you're right, man. The ecosystem is important. Let's see how this, this thing takes hold. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I mean, let's see where it goes.
Well, the gas fees is a good selling point, especially to those trader pump and dump types, who can just boom, 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 constantly do transactions. And to a point, I don't mind that, but it's the way that, and we've even seen it in places we don't want to see it, where people pump and dump, and yeah, I hate it. I don't want to see it, and I won't be involved in projects that do that, or coins or any other asset.
I think Pulsechain could reach 100K before Bitcoin does.
To be honest, yeah, I think Bitcoin is the bitch of the system. I can't wait till it doesn't control the crypto ecosystem because it's intrinsically tied to what is it, legacy market or whatever you want to call it. Like, fuck Bitcoin, quite frankly. I'll have nothing to do with it. It smelt wrong for me from the beginning when I started to see. So, yeah, fuck Bitcoin.
You preach it, brother. Fuck Bitcoin.
Now, don't get me wrong, dude. Bitcoin's gonna be around. Like it's digital gold, right? That's what they say. But
No, they were wrong.
Yeah, sure, digital gold, whatever, man. It's heavily controlled and manipulated and intrinsically tied to the commercial market. So, for that reason, I'm out, as they would say what is it in America, Shark Tank.
I know all these regions, big players around the world, into institutions, all these, big, they got more money than me, fellas, players, buying a lot of Bitcoin and stuff. Like, nah, if y'all want to play the Bitcoin game, that's cool. Y'all play together. I'll go somewhere else.
But then you've got guys like Top Cat who are long-term holders. They hold, they don't sell per se. Do you know what I mean? So there are people in that
These
community
cats
with
do
similar
like
mentality, hoarders,
thousands,
but
millions in the millions range. Like they gamble millions and stuff, and f that, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'll maybe hold it just so as an appreciating asset, but as far as getting involved in that, uh, yeah, if you didn't get in early like Richard Hart, then you're SOL. I mean, buy it off the open market, whatever.
it's lost to the old ways. I've said this in other groups. Bitcoin is lost to the old ways. And folk have to understand that. When you understand how the economy works and everything, and you just track how it works and follows and is manipulated, and yeah, fuck Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's like I could totally agree with you. Like it's there's like no kind of point of control, like a rinse and repeat and keep going, rinse and like controlled waves and stuff. It's just heavily
Yeah,
manipulated.
I watched it. I got in last year at the top, my friend, at the fucking top of the market. So you can understand the kind of position I'm in now with all my money. No more money to put in, just so you know. Um, and I saw it, what was happening, and I'm not good with numbers, but I'm decent with patterns, and I started to kind of recognize. Now I fully understand. I didn't then, but I recognized at the time. Wait a minute. I was like, fuck this, and I got out at that 38k, man. I was gone. I'm like, fuck that stuff.
Hex is better store of value than gold or Bitcoin because it gives interest, and you cannot unstake unless you lose. You accept to lose a lot of money, but if you keep it running as scheduled for, it will be very well rewarding.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the only issue that arises with hex staking is, you need to be relatively smart in how you plan it. When you stake, when the stake's going to end. To get to extract good value from it, unless it's just purely about long-term accumulation, then you need to be a little bit smart with how you stake.
So hey,
Yeah,
did
of
that
course.
guy get uh, a guy like 20 minutes ago was saying that he couldn't see his stakes or something. Did he ever resolve that? Like, is everything good?
I don't have any answer from Staker app.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't have a staker app, but like Papa Boner pops his head in here time to time. Some other cats that probably use it. So and Dad and some other guys know the staker app well. Yeah, I was just gonna use it to track certain wallets. To be honest, like that way, I kind of have it on my phone, but I kind of don't.
I was just trying to find him and tag him in the chat, but I can't find his tag.
You see, you're supposed to be able to ask question on the app, but never got any answer from that. And it's always showing, okay, we'll be back in 3 hours, or we'll be back tomorrow, but nothing.
Yeah, just hit them every single hour. Just keep hitting them and hitting them. But yeah, that's not good when they don't get back to your messages. But as someone that uses some of these automated messaging services, they can be pretty shit.
I find it really cool they unmuted everybody. Uh, I mean, I'm just trying to strategize. You know, have my finger on the trigger per se. DCA in. I can't necessarily drop, too much money in the system all at once, so I'm trying to spread it out. I can, uh, you know, drop more if need be. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of glad that I got time to, get more money into the system per se. So, um, yeah, I mean,
Well,
I'd be
yeah, I
fine.
mean, most people that
You
are
know?
annoyed are it's a combination of a little bit of frustration, still waiting for it to happen, but then dogpiled on by not appreciating, which is understandable, Richard Hart's current marketing strategy, and the bear market. People tend to be quite negative, and it's a combination of things. Me, I mean, I'm happy. My bag is down exponentially, as you can imagine, because I said I got in at the top with pretty much every penny I had in November last year. So, when I hear a lot of these people moaning, especially when they're sitting on God knows how many coins, um, yeah, I'm just like, chill, just, chill. There's nothing you can do. Just chill, prepare, get yourself ready.
How long have you staked for?
Well, I only have one stake. Well, no, I've got two. I've got a short-term stake that comes out on the 1st of August with the most of my bag. Again, it's just about accumulation, and it's not a problem if Pulsechain launches because I'm not looking to really do anything quick with my money. So that stake will get copied over. I'll end the stake and I'll get those extra coins on Pulsechain as well. And I have another stake, just a small one I put in as a 45th birthday present to myself, which is in 4 years. But I'm waiting till after the launch before I do figure out what I'm doing with staking. Because, outside of the standard Stake HEX staking, there's going to be a lot of other stuff going on as well. So I'm just waiting. But I'm not locking everything up right now. I want to see what happens with Pulsechain, see how that works to begin with. That's my personal take on it. There's others that are different, they're just staking, buying, staking, but I'm in a different position where I have a very limited supply that I can add to. Well, I've got a tiny bit of dry powder to add to the right thing, but yeah, I'm waiting. So I'm not staking everything right now. I put in one long-term stake as a gift to myself, and the rest I'm going to be a bit smarter with just now and use it to accumulate and increase my bag to where I want it to go. Without locking my coins up for fucking 10 or 15 years, because I don't have the money to do that.
If you don't stake long, you have to have a big stake for a short time. Otherwise, I don't know if it's worth it.
Well, it's, for, so I've got this thing, right, where I'm looking at future value when it comes to the coins that I earn. All right. So I'm not looking at it, and I know, like, it's maybe smart to look at it as if the staking and unstaking cost, if you look at it and figure out what it may be, does it cover does your yield cover that cost at the very least? I'm not too fussed about that because, my stakes aren't going to cost me a fortune. I mean, it cost me like a couple of bucks to stake it and maybe twice that to unstake it because you've got to mint the coins again. But for me, it's what the cost of those coins are going to be. So, like with this one, I'm getting the short one, I'm getting like 1,000 coins out of it, 1,000 hex out of it. To me, you know, if I have to pay $10 from back to front on that stake, like that's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. It's like buying 1,000 hex for 10 quid at a penny. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Pulse will definitely help the hexagons.
Yeah, well, it's right now. It's as we talk about holding. It's not about making money for me right now. It's about accumulating coins to the point where I have enough coins where I can set up staking ladders that will make me money.
Yeah, as I say, it's better to hold hex to stake hex than hold gold or bitcoins.
Yep. And like I say, there's different staking strategies for different positions, but you know, for me right now, I'm in the short-term plan, which is, you know, monthly to maybe 2 monthly stakes, possibly 3. Well, yeah, and actually, yeah, 3 month stakes, and then as my coins accumulate, the length of time will accumulate up to hopefully in the medium term yearly stakes to multiple 1 to 3 years. I haven't figured it out properly, but then what we'll look to do is get to the point where I can bring it back down to, you know, quarterly stakes so that I can withdraw, you know, I can shave off interest, you know, every 3 months. Because you have to understand that length of stake pays more than volume. So in order to be able to, so that's why in the short term, I'm doing the short stakes to accumulate. And then once I get to a kind of decent sized bag rate, I'll then do the longer stakes. And then once I've accumulated the amount that I'm looking to get passive income from, I'll be able to accumulate enough hex to pull something out every few months, you know, even if it's just, I don't know, $1,000. Depends where hex goes, of course. And again, like I said, you have to be semi-intelligent with your staking strategy.
Do you know how the compounding interest works on the hex stakes?
Yeah, basically what it means is the more your money goes up, the more your T-share percentage. Well, sorry, no, I'm butchering it right now. Apologies, I wish Elmer was here to explain it. But it depends on your T-share rate. So the T-share rate goes up and down depending what people do with their stakes. And as we've seen quite often, people are very irresponsible with their stakes and early end staking. So that adds to our T-shares. And so basically what the compounding interest is you get your interest, but then that also inflates depending on your T-share rate. So if you watch, I don't know if you can, I don't use StakerApp for staking, I do it on the Hex site, go.hex.com, and you can look daily if you want at how your T-share rates go up and down. There's like a little graph there for it and stuff. So mine's fluctuate a few percent depending right now. So the compounding interest is if your T-share rate goes up, then, excuse me, that compounds on top of the amount of hex. So the amount of hex. In fact, no, I'm not going to talk any more about it. I think I've explained it as best that I can. Maybe someone here can do it better, and you probably should have interrupted me.
Well, the term compounded means that whatever interest you're getting goes back into the pool that's going to affect how much interest you're getting. So the more interest you get will cause you to have even more interest in the future. If it's not compounded, then it's basically sort of like a dividend where the interest you get is just that and it doesn't go back into the pool that affects how much interest you get. So compounded is a lot better than non-compounded, because if it's not compounded, you're missing out on a lot of potential interest you could get if that dividends or those interests goes back into that pool that affects how much interest you get, if that makes sense.
Compounding normally is when the interest goes back in the staking and creates more interest. But how does it work on the I don't know, the application on the staking, the gohex.com? Does it do it automatically every year?
Yeah, it's all automatic, and I think what you're asking about is where T-shares come in, and thank you, Zamboni, for explaining that so well.
I think it gets compounded every single day, if I'm not mistaken. So like every interest you get
Yeah.
per day goes back in. It's not like, because sometimes it's like for some bank interest, it's compounded monthly, but it's not monthly for Hex. For Hex, it's daily.
Yep.
Okay, guys, can I step in?
Hello,
There is
yes,
no
please.
hello. Yeah, it's you guys are kind of a little bit half right, half wrong here, but I'll explain to you how it works. There is no compounding nature in Hex. Simply what happens when you place a stake, you exchange your Hex for T-shares. So we're going to skip by that step. How many T-shares you have is that will stay constant through the duration of your stake. Okay, they do not change. And every day, what happens is Hex pays all stakers with the inflation in the system. So we know by the code that the inflation of the entire system is 3.69% of the total supply. That is calculated daily and paid out daily. Okay, so whatever that works out to be, it turns out to be about 65 million hex around these days. And that is given out to all the people in the staker pool. And so right now the staker pool is around 10 and 3/4 or 10 and 1/4 million T-shares. So all that yield, we call it yield, we don't refer to it as interest. So all that inflation, which we refer to yield, is divided up by those 10.5 million T-shares, which is your T-shares are part of that pool. So right now, when you take the amount of yield divided by the total pool, we get something called the daily payout in Hex terms. And you'll see this figure, it's about 6.1, 6.2 Hex per T-share per day. So that is how much Hex you've earned yesterday. That daily payout times the amount of Hex you have in your stake. That is how much Hex you are accumulating every day that your stake is active, for every active stake you get. Now, I did mention inflation. The only other yield that is given out are what they call bonuses from either emergency end staking penalties or late end staking penalties. So those penalties are given out as a bonus, half to the OA, but the other half is added to the inflation, and then that is also distributed and shared amongst everybody who is staked on that day. So that is the way HEX pays out the stakers. The payments come from inflation. That is the only place it comes from. It doesn't come from new people. It doesn't come from new money. It strictly comes from the total supply being inflated, and that inflation is shared amongst the staker pool. There's no compounding in HEX.
Hey,
Thank you, Goose. So happy you came in and explained that.
Crypto Goose, somebody is having an issue with the Staker app. Do you know anything about it?
I'm not the best person to talk about Staker app. I'm not an aficionado, but if you have a question about it, I might be able to talk about the numbers that you see.
It was more about, I don't know if he's still here, but it was more about he was trying to look at these end stakes on Etherscan that he made on Staker app, but couldn't see them. I don't know if he's still here. Hexicano, I think it was. Oh no, he is still here.
Yeah, I was wondering how the Staker app was making the amounts appear in the wallet, because when I put hex on in the wallet, it did appear. Then when I staked, it disappeared, from the wallet. Then when I unstaked, it reappeared. But when I check on Etherscan, there is no mention. I mean, I don't see anything happening concerning the stakes or unstakes. Just
Yeah, so
the crediting.
so what is happening when you make a stake, when you place a stake, what actually is happening is you're converting your HEX into T-shares, okay? And the rate at which that's done, I don't have the number in front of me, but it's about 22,800 or something close to that, 22,800 HEX per T-share. So what happens is when you place a stake, it takes your HEX that you've submitted and it burns them, okay? So that's why they're taken out of your wallet. You don't see them. And what happens is the app, okay, what it does is it gives you T-shares in return. And depending on how long you stake and how big your stake is, you may get bonus T-shares. But whatever number of T-shares you get is what you get for the life of that stake. When your stake ends, you have to press the end stake button, and then everything in reverse happens. Your T-shares are burned, and you remint your principal HEX plus all your accrued bonuses. So all the interest, and I don't want to use the word interest, but all your yield that you've accumulated during the life of the stake, that is also minted. And so now what goes in your wallet is all the principal plus your new bonus yield. And that'll reappear when your stake ends and you properly end your stake.
Okay, but how? Okay, it appears like that, but it's coming from the burning of the T shares, right? But there's no new hex appearing. I mean, from that you can see from Etherscan, it just appears in the wallet of Staker app.
Yeah, the problem is he's not seeing the end stake transaction on Etherscan. That's what you were saying earlier, Hexicano.
Yeah,
You will notice, if you look at Etherscan, it's been a while, but I believe what happens is when you convert your HEX to T-shares, it shows up as a send to an address, and I forget what they call it, stake to pool address. You'll see this terminology there. So you're actually sending your hex. It's like to a staking address that essentially burns the hex. And then when your stake is over, you interact with the contract again. You press your end stake button, and it does it in reverse. It remints all your hex plus your bonuses, and then it puts it in your wallet. So during the course of your stake, if you put in 30,000 hex to make a stake, you will not see that 30,000 hex. That's converted to T-shares. And you can use the different apps to see how many T-shares you have, whether it's the go.hex.com site or HEXradio, but that's where you're going to look for T-shares. You will not see T-shares in MetaMask.
What it is, Goose, is when he ends his stake and it remints the coins and sends them to his wallet, should he not see that on Etherscan, that transaction on Etherscan?
He will, but it's in reverse. It'll have a pool address, like from pool, and it'll have a specific address, and it'll have a line item saying
he's not seeing that for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you end your stake? Did you go to go.hex.com?
No, I pushed the button in HEXradio. Push the button end stake. So, and then the day after, I think, day after, I saw there was more hex than there were before I pushed the button. In my HEXradio wallet, but when I check on Etherscan, there's no transaction. I cannot see anything.
So you got the prop. So you did get you didn't lose your hex, right? You did get your principal plus some bonus money, right?
Yes, but
okay,
I don't see any transaction on Etherscan.
So that tells us that you properly ended the stake, and at least it wasn't like a failed transaction, or your stake is still open, but you did close it. So that's good. Now I'm not sure how. I can't answer the question about how HEXradio interacts with Etherscan, but it shouldn't really make a difference. You should have a line item on the day of when you ended your stake, and there should be something to the effect of, burning reminting tokens and reminting the appropriate hex that you see in your wallet.
Yeah, I can't see anything concerning. I mean, on Hex, I only see the amount gain in dollar value, but I cannot details.
Are you active in the hex.com Telegram channel? Are you active there?
On Telegram, yeah, sometimes. This chat.
You can contact the HEXradio people directly, of course, and ask this question. They must have a support button. They're probably pretty good. But the best guy I would say is, do you know Karim?
Oh, I don't know them. I never talked to them. But if I have to,
I would try to deal with. I'm not familiar with HEXradio. If there's anyone in here who's familiar, may be able to. But for questions about Etherscan and HEXradio, it might be better to deal with the HEXradio support, and they should be pretty good. And Karim is the head of operations there, sales and operations, and he is pretty active in those channels. And if you ask the question in the chat, he may even answer it directly in the chat. Or of course, you can DM him.
From Telegram.
Yeah, hex.com. If you, I'm in my car right now, so I can't post the link. But Karim, if you search his name, Karim, his Telegram username will pop up, and you can click on it and send him a personal message, and I'm sure he'll be happy to help.
Okay, thank you. There's many hex.com accounts in Telegram.
Sorry. Can you? I'm driving right now, so I can't even see the caller list. Who is speaking?
Hexicano. I was trying to find the correct
Okay. So
hex.com.
give me, if you can wait 10 or 15 minutes, I'll send you the link. I just have to finish. I'll arrive at my destination, and I will send you the link. Okay.
Thanks a lot. Don't worry. Thank you. I'll wait.
Hexicano, I just added his contact info into your direct chat.
All right, thanks.
Precisely placed explosives. In other words, controlled demolition.